Alright, I'm done with that game. Now, where's New Super Mario Bros. Wii? Oh, that's right. It comes in an obnoxiously red box. Thanks, Nintendo. That doesn't clash with my white at all. As I'm playing this title, it instantly brings back
Wait, Daddy, I want to be in this review too.
You want to be in this review too?
Yeah.
Alright, come on in, little Wiiviewer. I guess we're both going to be reviewing New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
I want to be in the review too.
Okay, I guess the three of us are reviewing New Super Mario Bros. Wii. But there's one thing we have to do first, and what's that?
The intro. Hit it, Daddy.
This is the Wiiviewer,
And the LilWiiviewer. And the LittestWiiviewer.
and we're all going to review.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
So you played the DS version of this game, didn't you?
Beating it in one day too. I didn't beat a level.
So it was too hard for you, little Wiiviewer?
Yes.
Was this new version easier for you?
Yeah. I'm already on World 2.
Cool. As I'm playing this title, it instantly brings back memories of all the fun I had playing Super Mario World. The level designs are just as creative and fun as that game. There is a story, but it's just barely there. Princess Peach has a birthday, and a huge cake shows up. The princess is surprised when it turns out this huge cake holds Koopa Jr. and his brothers. Now, I am a bit curious what the princess thought was in that cake. Anyways, the Koopa family kidnaps the princess, and Mario and the gang go after them. You play as Mario in the single-player game, and as Luigi or two different kinds of Toads in the multiplayer game. Yoshi makes an appearance as a playable character in a few levels, and Mario is still as big a jerk to her as he was in Super Mario World. He still loves to beat her over the head in order for her to eat other enemies. There's gotta be a nicer way to get her to do this. Where is PETA when you actually need him? So, what did you think of the graphics for this game?
Looks 3D, but 2D.
What'd you think of the graphics?
It's good because of that.
Do they look like the Mario DS version graphics?
Yeah, it looks a lot like it. And seems like it's just updated from Super Mario Bros., the very first game. Updated graphics from that.
The single-player game is played out on a map screen. You move your character from dot to dot, avoiding enemies, or entering levels so you can continue on the map. Halfway through the world, you'll go into a mini-castle, where you'll fight the boss of the world for the first time. It's usually just a simple fight where you're battling on a little island. After you beat the mini-castle, you move through the map again, avoiding enemies and going from level to level until you get to the world's castle, where you have to face off again against the same boss you just beat in the mini-castle. Except this time, a witch decides to help the Koopa kids by sprinkling rainbow dust on the battle arena to make the arena more complicated. After you beat the boss, you go running after Peach, who's right in front of you in the airship. And instead of doing anything about it, Mario just sits there looking stupid. Okay, I get it. Mario is intimidated by the size of the airship in the first world, but he gets this way in every world. Mario! She's right there! You can make it so much easier on yourself just by jumping on the airship. It's not like you haven't jumped that high before. Stop looking at the airship like an idiot and save the girl. Instead, he decides to wait until he gets to World 8, the Koopa's homeland, to save her. Nice plan, Mario. Wait until you get to the world where Koopa has a home court advantage. Before you enter a world, you can equip yourself with one of the many power-ups that will change the way that Mario is controlled. Almost all the power-ups from the original DS title are here. I think the only power-up that didn't show up was the big mushroom, and that's a shame. What'd you think of the suits that you had to put on?
They're the three new suits. The ice suit and the penguin suit are just alike, but the penguin suit lets you slide and throw ice balls. And the flying suit just makes, if you waggle your Wiimote, which could get hard to get used to, it will make you fly.
So what was your favorite new suit then? The penguin, the ice, or the flying suit?
Flying. It makes it way easier in the harder levels and the easier levels too.
How about you, little viewer? Which one was your favorite new suit?
I like the ice one.
What'd you think of the controls?
The sideways controls, the D-pad when you start out is a little loose, but you can get used to it.
I agree. The controls were a little bit loose.
I'm not used to the normal controls.
So the controls are hard for you?
Yeah, I'm not used to it yet.
The single-player game can be switched to a multiplayer game fairly easily. You have to decide before you enter a level by bringing up the menu. The opposite is also true if you get tired of playing with other people. What'd you think of the multiplayer aspect of this game?
One word. chaos.
What do you mean chaos?
You can use people as trampolines, for one.
Yeah, I didn't find the multiplayer that much fun.
The only advantage with multiplayer is it's the only time you get in your coward bubble.
What do you mean coward bubble?
First of all, I normally use it for tight platforms. I tell someone, get in your coward bubble.
How do you do that?
You press A.
And then the second player goes into a bubble?
Yeah, and if both players get in a bubble, everybody loses.
I didn't like the multiplayer function of this game. Let's just say that things got a little heated when we were playing multiplayer together, because we were constantly trying to kill each other. There are 8 levels to play normally and a bonus world with 8 levels in it. On the map screen there are also toads to save, minigames for items to win, 1-ups to earn, and special toad houses with special items to collect. Also, some of the levels have multiple ways to win them, with different paths on the map screen, if you find their alternate exits. The level of the difficulty can be varied at times. If you start to struggle on a level enough, the game will give you the option to have the computer play the level for you. You will have to die a certain number of times in a row to get this option. It's a cool idea, but one I really didn't need, as I always beat the level before the required death limit. What didn't you like about this game other than the multiplayer?
How the difficulty can range easy to massive hard right away, especially on mushroom levels.
How about you, LittestWiiviewer? What did you not like about this game?
There's nothing I didn't like.
New Super Mario Bros. Wii. LittleWiiviewer, would you buy, rent, or skip?
Total buy, but not for the multiplayer. For the single player game only. And I mean only.
How about you, LittleWiiviewer? Would you buy, rent, or skip?
Buy, of course.
I agree with you totally, LittleWiiviewer. Buy this game for the single player game, not the multiplayer game. Because that's more of a gimmick that doesn't really work. But the game is fun, replayable, and absolutely worth a buy.